ओके, हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हैं सब लोग?
हेलो।
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 सब अच्छे हैं? ओके,
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह
तो
अच्छे।
okay, so in this session, we'll be learning more about AI in depth. Okay, we'll start our learning journey, no, basically from this session. Okay, the last session was just kind of an intro and making you realize like that how important it is to learn AI. Okay, where is the industry heading towards? What you have to do? Those things, right? So this session we will actually start on what is AI, what is artificial intelligence. Okay, so you will get a feel of like you will be able to appreciate what exactly is happening in AI. Already using so many applications which are running on AI behind the scene, right? So we'll start. So you are able to see my screen? Can you confirm?
Yes.
Okay. So again, Sunny, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is nothing but a technology. Okay. So that is enabling computers or systems to perform the tasks that typically require human intelligence, right? Such as pattern recognition and language understanding. What does this exactly mean? पैटर्न रिकॉग्निशन, यहाँ पे पैटर्न रिकॉग्निशन करने के लिए ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस कैसे काम करती है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सिंपल एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैं बोलूं 1 अगर इनपुट दोगे तो 1 आउटपुट है, अगर 2 इनपुट दोगे तो 4 आउटपुट है, अगर 3 इनपुट दोगे तो 9 is the output. Now if you give 4 as an input, 16 is the output. Are you able to see the pattern in this input and output combination? You are able to see, right? Now if I tell you input is 5, so what is the output? You can unmute and tell.
25.
25. How did you derive at this 25, number 25?
Multiplied by the same number.
Because you have seen a pattern in the input output combinations, right? Say when I say 1, it's giving me 1 as output, which will not make so much of sense to me, right? So when I say 2, it's giving me output as 4. That means 2 to the power 2, like square. 2 ka square 4 hai. Then when in the next number, when I give 3, it's giving me output as 9. So 3 ka power square hai 9. वैसे ही 4 का स्क्वायर है 16. तो मुझे 4 पैटर्न दिया है उसने. तो बेस्ड ऑन दिस प्रीवियस पैटर्न, व्हेन आई गिव सब्सिक्वेंट नंबर्स, नया नंबर मैं जब देती हूँ तो यू विल फॉलो द सेम पैटर्न. You have learned the pattern, the previous pattern of 4 numbers. Now, if I give new numbers, you will be able to tell the output. Here, what you are applying here? You are applying your intelligence. Correct? You have recognized the pattern and you are applying your intelligence and able to predict the output for any new input that I am giving you. Similarly, if I want this same pattern recognition to be done by the computer, that's when this technology will come into picture. Okay? Same likewise, language understanding. Language understanding. Say, हम जब भी communicate करते हैं, we'll try to understand ये we are able to understand the tone of the language, like कैसे बात कर रहे हैं. हम लोग we are able to recognize that language conversation, correct? So based on what? Because our brain neurons will try to recognize what kind of conversation is going on. Likewise, if I want this to be done by the system should be able to recognize the languages or the patterns. That's when I am going to apply artificial intelligence. I am enabling the system or the computer to act as a human brain. Okay, I am building this intelligence in computers. Okay, that's what is artificial intelligence. Simple examples relating to day-to-day human, how our brain functions, right? So let's see what are the examples that we are seeing in artificial intelligence day-to-day. Can you tell me some of the examples? I have already given you this. So are you able to see these examples? We have virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. You're already using, I hope you're already using it. So what it is doing? It is taking your input commands and giving you response. How it is understanding what commands are being fed? उसको कैसे पता? वो ह्यूमन नहीं है ना, that is a computer, that is a algorithm, right? Okay, how it is able to understand what is the command that is being fed, what is the instruction, what is the questions or query being asked, how I should respond. Okay, so these are all the applications, the virtual assistant that we are already using right now, but we have never given a thought like how it is able to do this. कभी सोचा है कि ये कोई इंसान तो नहीं है ना? Why, how it is able to respond? हिंदी में भी बात करता है, इंग्लिश में भी बात करता है, any language it is able to communicate to us back. Correct? So how it is able to do that? That is the beauty of AI, right? And smart homes हैं आजकल स्मार्ट होम्स है ना, स्मार्ट डिवाइसेस हैं. वॉशिंग मशीन ऑपरेट करना है तो जस्ट गिव इंस्ट्रक्शंस, इट विल बी एबल टू वॉश द थिंग, इट विल बी एबल टू डू द टास्क जस्ट बाय कमांड, है ना? और स्मार्ट होम्स वी विल बी एबल टू ऑपरेट फ्रॉम एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड. आप कहीं पे भी रहो, ऑफिस में है तो घर के गैजेट्स आप ऑपरेट कर सकते हो. कैसे हो रहा है ये? अच्छा है ना, बहुत इजी हो रहा है काम. लेकिन हाउ इट इज हैपनिंग बिहाइंड द सीन, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, राइट? एंड रिकमेंडेशन सिस्टम, this I am sure you might have used. Netflix. हाँ, Netflix में मूवीज, आप जब भी कोई मूवी वॉच करते हो देन इट विल स्टार्ट recommending you similar movies, right? It will give you recommendations. Okay, your watching pattern is this. This is what you would like to watch next. हुक करके रखता है तुम लोगों को, एक के बाद मूवीज रेकमेंड करते रहता है. Then you keep on following that, right? How it is able to, अगर वो आप कॉमेडी मूवी देख रहे हो, सडन एक हॉरर मूवी या कोई और ट्रेजिक मूवी रेकमेंड करेगा, देखोगे? You are in that light mode, right? So you don't want to go with those movies. You want to watch similar movies to maintain that flow. तो वो पैटर्न देखता है कि what is your watch history, how are you, what kind of movies you are interested in watching. So based on that, it will start recommending you the next pattern. Similarly, YouTube, when you watch your YouTube video, it will start giving you same kind of videos, recommending you same kind of videos, right? कोई भी YouTube अकाउंट जिसका भी है, लाइक सपोज बारिद का अकाउंट जो YouTube है, तो recommended videos will be different. Okay, so if similarly if someone else is watching their the YouTube, based on the history, watch history, it will start recommending you different videos which is matching that watch history, watch pattern. Correct? Same likewise Amazon में जब शॉपिंग करते हो, it will recommend you, right, the products based on your past purchases. How it is able to do that? This is all algorithm that are built, right? Amazon want to do keep the customers on the platform, so it will start recommending, so this is what you might want to buy next. It will help grow their business. अगर मैं कुछ खरीद रही हूँ तो ये along with that it will recommend me, like only if you take a laptop, you would also want a mouse along with it. ऐसे it will start recommending the linked products, right? So these are all recommendation systems behind which algorithms are working. Now we have self-driving car also. You heard of it, right? Self-driving cars. ड्राइवर की जरूरत नहीं है. It will be able to find out the objects, a traffic pattern in traffic, and which vehicle is there in front of me, beside me, what distance it is, how much is the distance I should maintain. All these are built in algorithms. So it will be able to drive the car without any human intervention. लेकिन हम लोग इतना secure feel नहीं करते. So we also have कुछ कार्स ऐसे हैं कि you will be driving, but when you want to go to self driving mode, you can switch to that mode. So you just have to hold the steering, it will take care. So whenever you see sudden emergency coming in, you operate, you take the steering control. ऐसे भी कार है, right? So all these are what is happening, how it is able to See what kind of objects are on the way. Robotics. Robots कैसे काम करते हैं? Robots also same thing. They are programmed to identify objects on their way. All these things are programs that are running behind it. Algorithms are running behind the system. Okay. Similarly, spam filters. Gmail, when you open your Gmail account, you will have categories, right? Spam is one of the folder where all your spam mails will go. How it is able to identify the mail is spam or not? There are certain parameters. Okay. Based on those parameters, Gmail, whenever an email is landing, then it will validate that against certain parameters, defined parameters, like invalid email address से आ रहा है. It's coming from a different domain and there is a urgency in the mail, or there is some external link. There will be certain parameters. कुछ parameters होते हैं. Based on that, it will categorize it as a spam mail, and it will put in a spam folder. Sometimes the prediction might go wrong. Sometimes, right? Sometimes when you talk to a person, they will tell you, no, can you go and check your spam email, whether my email has gone to spam. They'll tell, no, like promotions, when they are doing promotions, when we tell them that no, we have not received your mail, they'll वो बोलते हैं ना कि आप spam folder check करो, अगर वहां गया है मेरा mail तो. That happens because certain parameters in that mail would match the spam defined parameter set. So it will go categorize that email as spam and it will put it in a spam folder. Okay. You are able to see the examples, how AI is already being used. Moving on, what artificial intelligence, we know that it is making the machines intelligent, right? So what are the subdomains or sub branches of artificial intelligence? Okay. It is categorized majorly into machine learning. And in that machine learning, we have deep learning. We have generative AI. And in the last intro, we also saw there is a upcoming artificial general intelligence and artificial super intelligence also coming in. Okay. So there are developments happening in that front, on that front also. Okay. So that are not yet realized, but work is going on towards that. So at this point of time, we are in generative AI stage. Okay, let's understand one by one in detail. What is machine learning? Okay, so as you can see, machine learning is nothing but a subset of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a broad concept, making the machine intelligent. How? By machine learning. Machine learning is subdomain of it, sub part of it. What as the name suggests, machine learning. Machine will learn from the past data. And machine will be able to learn the past pattern. And it will be able to predict or give output or inference based on the pattern or based on the past data. Okay. We are making the machine learn. How? When you make the kid learn, how you will make the kid learn? Last time we saw, like we were making the kid learn by giving him pictures, by giving it the pictures of animals, by giving it the numbers and drawing the letters in a pattern for it to build its intelligence. So likewise, machines are fed with lot of past data. Okay, and this data is not a small amount of data. It's a millions and billions and trillions of records or data. From where we will get it? Where we will get this data? This data is on the internet. After the internet came, we all started putting our data on the internet, right? So there are articles being published. There are numerous amount of data on internet right now. If you want to ask for something, there is a data. Okay, how Google search was working earlier? when you ask for some information, it was giving you records of fetching, which was matching, little bit matching with the asked query or information, right? So from where it was fetching, it was storing all this data on the internet. Okay, so based on that data, the machines are made to learn. Okay, so that is what is machine learning. Deep learning is subset of machine learning. What this will do, this will use a concept called neural networks, exactly replicating the human brains. Human brain is made of neurons, right? There are countless amount of number of neurons in our brain which are connected to one another, right? So they talk to each other, the neurons. Similarly, in this artificial neural network, the neurons will communicate with one another and they form a network. We'll understand how it is being done. So that is what is deep learning. Okay. Then generative AI. What is generative? The name generative means it is capable of generating information. Till now, we had the algorithms which were able to do prediction based on the past data, existing data. That is traditional AI. Traditional AI, what it was doing, based on the previous data which on which it was trained, it was able to give you, if you feed a picture of a cat or a picture and tell it to identify if there is a cat in the picture. So it was using its past learning and it was able to identify if there is a cat in the picture or no. Okay. So what generative AI is doing? If I tell it, draw a picture of a cat or give me a picture of a cat sitting on a chair, I am asking it to generate that picture. It is able to generate the new information. It is able to create the picture of a cat sitting on a chair. This picture was not there. Okay, this picture was not there. It created a new picture. Likewise, it is able to create videos. It is able to create text. Everything. It will generate something new which has never existed. Okay. After that, we are going to AGI and ASI, which is right now hypothetical, but it is a future level of advancement in AI. Okay. That I explained you last time, like what is AGI and what is ASI. AGI is similar to human, ASI is superhuman. Okay. Okay, these are the sub branches broadly. Okay. So what are the examples of machine learning? Machine learning examples are like email spam filtering. The example which I told you, like Google will filter out emails as spam. Even in the organization, they will filter out the emails which are matching certain parameters, and they will flag it as a spam email. Phishing attack, to avoid phishing attacks. कोई भी अगर hacker try to get onto our system in the organization through any employee, it will try to send a phishing email. So हमारा we will be having regular trainings on how to identify phishing emails and how to avoid clicking on any of the links in that in those emails. If we do that unknowingly or without knowledge, then we are giving access to our systems to unethical hackers, right? So organization will be conducting regular trainings to make the employee aware of what kind of mails are phishing emails. Okay, so those are all spam filters. That is done based on certain parameters. There are AI algorithms which can even do this. Okay, so for example, in TCS, we get emails. If it is coming from external domain, we get a red highlight on top of email that this is coming from my external domain. Be careful. Okay, apply your extra consciousness to click on any of the links in the email, right? So that is how it will be monitored. Okay, and if you give any picture to the machine, it will be able to and identify whether it is a picture of a cat or a dog or any animal which it has already learnt. Okay, if you give picture of an animal which it has not learnt, it will not be able to identify. Based on the existing learning and the patterns, it will be able to give predictions or output. That output, right now models are so accurately giving the output that it is 100%, almost reaching 100% of accuracy. Okay, but still there are chances that it might go wrong in predictions. And movie and music recommendations we saw. Okay, YouTube, Netflix will recommend music or music recommendations, all those things. These are all based on the learned data and patterns. Okay, likewise, like patterns also, what are example? Fraud detection. Okay, so suppose if there is any fraudulent action that has happened, how it will notify suddenly? Like if suppose your credit card is being used by is compromised, suddenly you get message, right? How it is done? There are some algorithms built in, right? It will be able to identify. And suppose if you log in with your Gmail account in some other system, you'll suddenly get a notification on mobile that we have observed a login on your Gmail account in some other system. When you say yes, then it will proceed, right? And weather forecasting. How weather forecasting is done? How they will be able to tell that it is going to rain? Based on the past weather data that it has collected. It is trained on past weather conditions. Okay, there are numerous amount of parameters based on it which the models are trained to improve what? Its prediction. The output probability, to get it to close to 100%, it is trained on huge amount of data which is having countless number of parameters. Based on that, it will be able to forecast how the weather is going to be. Stock market. How the stock market will perform today, tomorrow, or coming days. All those are based on patterns that it has learned. Correct? Okay. And finding the problems, like this is a human analogy. The example which I gave you. Right? It will be able to find out the square of a next input number because it has learned from the past pattern. Okay. So these are the few examples of machine learning. Okay. So how this learning happens? This machine learning is divided into broadly 3 categories. Okay. Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Right? So it's not very easy. Learning in the sense you go on feeding the data and it will learn and it will give you output. It is not like that. It is broadly categorized. What is supervised learning? Supervised. There will be a teacher and there will be a student. Correct? That means the data that is going to the models is properly labeled. Okay? That means supervised learning trains the model on a labeled data set where we are telling if there is an input X, the corresponding output should be Y. We are telling the model if this is the input X, the output should be Y. I am training you to get close to this X and Y, input and output. That is supervised learning. What are the examples? In our example, spam and non-spam, we'll stick to the same example so that you will be able to relate to it easily. है ना? ये समझ में आता है. अभी हमने देखा ना ईमेल स्पैम एंड नॉट स्पैम. कैसे मॉडल को समझ में आता है कि कोई भी ईमेल जो आ रहा है वो स्पैम करके मैं कैटेगराइज करूं या नॉट स्पैम करके करूं. It's based on certain parameters. Correct? So what are those parameters? For example, if it is coming from a invalid email domain, email address, and उस मेल में कोई अर्जेंसी है, urgency to give personal information, and there are external links. Okay, so if it is asking for credit card information, unknown mail आया है, it is telling you you have won 1 lakh rupees. If you want to encash it, you give me your credit card information or click on this link to make the minimum payment. ऐसे करके मेल आता है ना. So these are all parameters. These are all parameters. I'm giving it examples of past spam emails. Okay, ये label हुआ है. This data is already labeled as spam or not spam. Not spam mail का examples कौन से हैं? जिसका email ID sender जो भेज रहा है, that email ID is genuine and we know the person. And उसमें कोई urgency या panic नहीं create हुआ है. एंड उसमें कोई अनएक्सपेक्टेड रिवॉर्ड्स या अनएक्सपेक्टेड लॉटरी ऐसे कुछ मेंशन नहीं किया है. एंड इट इज नॉट आस्किंग फॉर एनी क्रेडिट कार्ड और पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन. ओके, उसमें कोई लिंक्स ऐसे डाउटफुल लिंक्स नहीं है जो कि क्लिक करने पे कुछ हो सकता है ऐसे. सो यू नो दैट दिस इज अ जेन्युइन और नॉट स्पैम ईमेल. सो दीज आर ऑल लेबल्स, दीज आर ऑल पैरामीटर्स which we are feeding the model for it to be able to predict whether the mail is falling in spam category or not spam category. We are labeling it. Okay, and then another very good example is loan approval. कोई भी बैंक, say for example in a bank, when applicant goes for application of a loan, it's a very big bank and thousands of applications will come in for loan application. Online, there are not in-person loan applications. Now online hota hai. So everyone will start applying. Suppose if I want a loan from a bank, I'll apply for 10 different banks. How I'll do that? I'll not go to 10 banks and apply. I'll put the application in online portal mein application. I'll give my application. Likewise, the bank will receive thousands of applications in a day, for example. So it is very difficult for a human to sit and review each application and find out whether the parameters, like suppose उसका credit score कैसा है, how is the past record of that applicant, and what is the salary pay scale, और उनका properties कितना है, collateral क्या है, ऐसा सब. ये सारे parameters, there will be some parameters based on which, if it is given to a human, given to a banker, they'll validate the application against all these parameters, and they will finally give a conclusion whether this application is good to be given loan or no. Applicant is good to be given loan or no, I say. Okay, that is what is a normal traditional way of processing the applications. But when a bank is very big and there are thousands of applications coming in, it's very difficult task for a manpower to be deployed just to do a filtering of the applications. So what they will do, they will build a system. System means they'll build a AI algorithm. Okay, in that algorithm they'll give training, they'll give parameters. Okay, whatever applications are coming, applications mein they will define what all the parameters, like mere parameters hai, I have the algorithm which will be validating against the parameters, like take the salary input, take the credit score, take their collaterals, and what is their past loan history, all this. These are the parameters against which that new application will be validated. But how the model is trained initially? How it is trained? It will be trained on the past data of the applicants. बैंक ने बहुत सारे लोगों को लोन दिया होगा, ठीक है, उनका डेटा रहता है उनके पास. But there will be thousands of people who have already taken loan, and there are thousands of people whom the bank has rejected loan. So they know based on what the approval was given and based on what the approval was, application was rejected. ठीक है, उनके पास डेटा रहता है. They know if the salary is less, falling below a certain range, and their loan is been asked for a higher amount, then we have to say no. They know all this, right? So they have the data. So they will give that data to the algorithm. And they will define parameters. And the machine will learn based on that data. Okay? So which application, what are the parameters based on which the algorithm should give output as yes, or the algorithm should give output as no. Okay? So any new application that will come in, it will put that application against all these parameters and it will come up with the weight, certain weight. किसी का क्रेडिट स्कोर बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन उसका क्रेडिट स्कोर अच्छा है, लेकिन उसका सैलरी अभी फिलहाल salary is not in that bracket for which he is asking loan on, right? So based on certain parameters, certain weights are given. Like salary front, there is a certain weight given, and credit score के लिए कुछ weight होता है. So against each parameter there will be certain weights. So based on that, conclusion will be like 1 to 10 का weight है. So if the weight, the overall weight of all the parameters, weightage is going above 5, then give approval. If it's below 5, reject the application. Like that, it will be able to give output as yes or no. Got it? Understanding what is supervised? Supervised, the data is labeled, and based on that data, it will be able to give predictions. Similarly, if you feed a pictures, there are a lot of pictures which has been fed. We are asking it to identify out of those pictures which one is a cat and which one is a dog. सिर्फ cat और dog के pictures देते हैं, और which one is a cat and which one is a dog. Based on past data of all these cat pictures and dog pictures, it will be able to tell us. ठीक है? So that one. And prediction of a delivery time for any online delivery, Zomato, Swiggy. Okay, how it will be able to tell that your order will be delivered in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. How it's highly impossible for a human to tell, okay, if the customer is within the 5 kilometer range, this is the time which I'll take to deliver. There is no human who is sitting behind and telling, okay, give 15 minutes as a time, give 20 minutes as a time, give half an hour, give 1 hour as a time. It's not like that. It's an algorithm. Okay. What it will do based on the traffic situations, based on what is the distance of the customer, where it is located, where is the hotel located. Swiggy, Zomato are a third party, right? They will be able to tag the hotels to the customer. Like जहाँ पे order place हुआ है उस hotel का distance, जहाँ से order place हुआ है उसका distance कितने distance में है, उस road पे what is the traffic right now. Peak hours में time ज़्यादा लगता है, off hours में time कम लगता है. So that is not a fixed number. Okay, it will keep on changing. So just imagine whether a human will be able to do this. No, right? So there is some algorithm, some machine which is able to do this prediction. Likewise, stock prices, right? Stock price, किस stock का price कहाँ जाएगा based on the past data, past labeled data. Okay, so that is how these are all the examples of supervised learning, where we are giving the data and giving the labels to the data also. Then what is unsupervised learning? If this is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning? Unsupervised learning क्या होता है? You are able to see supervised learning, labels देना. This can be done when on a limited set of data, not huge data. And also these are on a structured data. Labels, spam emails and non-spam emails, structured data set up certain number of parameters पे दे सकते हैं. When it is millions and trillions of records, उसको बैठ के लेबल कर सकते हैं, whether we will be able to categorize it? नहीं, तो सुपरवाइज नहीं कर सकते हम लोगों को मशीन को, we will not be able to supervise it. So all those use cases will fall under unsupervised learning, with where the data cannot be labeled. Without any labels, the data will not have any labels. For example, what are the examples? Examples are recommending frequently bought products together. So this is something, say for example, I'm a grocery shopping if I'm doing online. If I'm purchasing bread, normally I get a recommendation. Along with the bread, you can even buy milk. You can even buy jam. Recommend देता है. How it will be able to do that?
ठीक है, it recognize the combination of that.
Combination. और पास में जो खरीदे हैं लोग, कैसे खरीदे हैं, उसमें लेबल तो कुछ नहीं है. इट्स नंबर ऑफ डेटा, नंबर ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स, राइट. उसमें अभी एनोमली डिटेक्शन, लाइक से एक कैसे काम करता है. नॉर्मली अनसुपरवाइज लर्निंग विल बी डीलिंग विथ millions and trillions of data behind the scene, right? So what it will do? It will start grouping the data in clusters. Example क्या है? Suppose there are millions of records related to articles, जो online internet पे है articles हैं. It will start categorizing it to the articles related to politics, separate cluster. Article related to tech, separate cluster. हर एक आर्टिकल को मैं लेबल नहीं कर सकती, ठीक है. what I'll do, I'll try to group it. टेक का आर्टिकल होगा, स्पोर्ट्स का आर्टिकल हो गया, ऑल द आर्टिकल्स दैट आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पोर्ट्स, बिजनेस, ऐसे कुछ सारा का क्लस्टर ग्रुपिंग करती हूँ मैं, बिकॉज इट इज practically impossible for me to label each article. So I'll try to group it and make it in one cluster. For example, movies recommend होते हैं, कैसे recommend होते हैं? So they will group all the movies, comedy movies in one cluster, horror movies in another cluster, and tragic movies in another cluster. So there are movies, अभी बोले जब से movies बनना start हुए अभी तक कितने movies बने? I will not be able to practically label each one of them, right? So I need to, when the recommendation system works, this work on a group. Suppose two of you, like say Barid and Hafiz, both of you are watching comedy movies. Comedy movie देख रहे हो, तो बारिद का recommended movies will be different. Hafiz recommended movies will be different. They will not be same. Why? Because those content will be fetched from a cluster. कॉमेडी मूवी का जो क्लस्टर है वहां से फेच होके recommendations देता है. So that can be different movies, but it will be coming from a same cluster. Understanding? You are getting the feel, like how? Okay. So the same way, the same concept is applied in anomaly detection in cyber security. Cyber security में anomaly detection के लिए, anomaly मतलब something which is not part of any cluster. Some activity which is being done on my website which is not normal. तो those situations, वो जो incidents हैं वो find out करने के लिए cyber security में anomaly detection के लिए काम आता है. Okay. Likewise, recommending next video to watch. These are all example of unsupervised learning. You are able to understand? Okay. Then now what is reinforcement learning? ब्रॉडली तो दो ही कैटेगरी हो सकते हैं ना, सुपरवाइज होगा या अनसुपरवाइज होगा. रीइंफोर्समेंट मतलब क्या है? रीइंफोर्समेंट मतलब आई एम ट्रेनिंग द मॉडल विथ द डेटा, एंड जो भी वो आउटपुट देता है, एक एक्स इनपुट के लिए वाई आउटपुट नहीं होता है. इसमें कोई भी इनपुट के लिए कुछ भी आउटपुट हो सकता है, ठीक है. जो आउटपुट वो दे रहा है उसको मैं रिवॉर्ड्स या पेनल्टी देती हूँ मॉडल को, ठीक है. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सिंपल एग्जाम्पल, डॉग. आई एम ट्रेनिंग अ डॉग. ओके. तो डॉग अभी आया है, उसको कुछ नहीं पता है. देन आई स्टार्ट ट्रेनिंग इट. आई स्टार्ट ट्रेनिंग इट. सिट मतलब कैसे बैठना है, सिट मतलब अगर वो बैठ गया तो उसमें उसको रिवॉर्ड देती हूँ, तो उसको क्या समझ में आता है, ओके आई हैव डन इट करेक्टली, ठीक है। अगर सिट बोल रहे हैं, जंप कर रहा है, तो आई पेनल्टी देती हूँ उसको मैं, आई गिव यू हिट, मैं पेनल्टी देते हैं, मतलब हिट नहीं, आई विल पेनलाइज इट. So what model will understand, okay, this is something wrong which I have done, I should not be doing this. ठीक है, तो मॉडल्स को कैसे ट्रेन करते हैं, whenever it is giving me prediction or output, I will either reward it or penalize it. So what I am trying to do, I am trying to take this iteration will go on until the model is able to maximize its rewards. ये कहाँ यूज होता है, कुत्ते को ट्रेन करने के लिए नहीं यूज होता है. It is used in games like snake and ladder game, for example. Snake and ladder game में, for example, whenever you encounter a snake, you are penalized. जहां भी snake होता है, you swing, you fall down, right? Whenever there is a ladder, you go up. So what you will do, you will try to find maximum ladders to maximize your ability to win, potential to win. Correct? So same way, chess का game. Okay, you play it. Chess games, you know, right? AI has won, defeated world champions, right? How it is able to do, how it is able to learn the game. It is trained on that game, and it is trained to maximize its rewards. ये गेमिंग एप्लीकेशन में ज्यादा काम आता है, रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग, क्योंकि यहाँ पे रिवॉर्ड्स और पेनल्टीज के बारे में ट्रेन करते हैं. सेम वे सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार्स कैसे बिल्ड होता है, it should be able to identify the objects which is coming to close to it, which are front, back, everything it should be able to see and find out what is the distance to be maintained. ऐसे ही कोई मॉडल बना के कार में नहीं डिप्लॉय करते हैं, इट इज ट्रेन्ड, एंड जब भी वो कोई ऑब्जेक्ट को हिट करता है, इट इज पेनलाइज फॉर दैट. ऑलरेडी ट्रेनिंग में होता है सभी. So it will be released to the public only when it is able to maximize its rewards. तभी वो सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार्स आए हैं, क्योंकि रिस्क है ना, रिस्क एसोसिएटेड विद द ह्यूमन लाइफ. दे कैन नॉट सिंपली रिलीज द सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार्स बोल के छोड़ दिया और किसी को उसमें बैठने के लिए बोला, कोई नहीं बैठेगा, कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता है. ओके, सेम थिंग लाइक रोबोटिक्स एंड ऑल, रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग, इट विल ट्राई टू मैक्सिमाइज इट्स रिवॉर्ड्स. इसका कोई आउटपुट नहीं है, प्रिडिक्शन कुछ यस और नो, ट्रू फॉल्स, ऐसा आउटपुट नहीं है. ओके, रिवॉर्ड्स को मैक्सिमाइज करने के लिए मॉडल्स को ट्रेन होता है, गेमिंग एप्लीकेशन में यूज होता है दिस काइंड ऑफ ट्रेन मॉडल्स. ओके, you are able to understand so far, like you are able to appreciate what AI is. कोई भी डाउट, I am able to deliver the content properly, you are able to understand, right? कोई भी डाउट है, क्वेश्चन है?
नहीं.
Okay, so that is machine learning. Now coming to deep learning. You have seen so far whatever examples we have discussed, those are all based on past data. Data था जो कि feed हुआ था, based on that it was learning and giving you certain outputs or inference or predictions. Correct? What is deep learning? Deep learning is subset of machine learning, advanced technology, that is more focused on artificial neural networks. And this artificial neural networks is inspired by human brain, human neurons. Okay, so this is only to make the AI smarter and smarter. While doing that, they develop this deep learning domain, which is mainly focused on artificial neural networks. And this basically learns from unstructured data like images, audios, videos. Okay, so these are very complex patterns. This is advancement of AI, deep learning. learning deeply. Okay, and making the model more and more capable of doing more tasks, complex tasks. Okay, so what exactly is deep learning? What exactly are the use cases of deep learning? Deep learning के use cases क्या है? Image recognition. Mobile phones में your phone will get unlocked with your facial identity, right? Correct. So now we have face unlock. किसी और का फेस दिखाए तो अनलॉक होता है? नहीं होता है.
नहीं.
Will only be unlocked with your face. जब आप फेस इसमें कॉन्फ़िगर करते हो, आप कोई और मेकअप, फुल मेकअप के साथ फेस डेटा देते हो उसको. लेटर ऑन कैसे भी दिख रहे हो, वो अनलॉक करता है. क्या वैसे ही रेडी होके बैठो तब मैं अनलॉक करूंगा, ऐसा बोलता है क्या? नहीं. जब फेशियल डेटा फीड कर रहे थे, जैसे रेडी हुए थे, every time when you unlock your phone, you get ready like that and wear the same dress, wear the same hairstyle and then come and then only I will unlock. ऐसा बोलता है? नहीं बोलता है.
No.
ना? So what it will do? It would have learned your facial expression in depth. जैसे ह्यूमंस हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं ना लोगों को बेस्ड ऑन देयर. हम लोग कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं अपने माँ बाप को? कैसे एक बच्चा कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करता है? इट वुड हैव टेकन देयर फेशियल दिस वन इन बिल्ड, न्यूरॉन्स में बिल्ड होता है. किसी और को जाके मम्मी डैडी बोलता है क्या? नहीं ना, सिर्फ अपने पेरेंट्स को बोलता है जाके, बिकॉज इट हैज ह्यूमन ब्रेन में न्यूरॉन्स ऐसे वो पिक्चर को स्टोर करके रखते हैं. Likewise, your machine would have will do a deep learning of your facial expressions and it will restore the information. So that's why anytime you want to unlock your phone with face detection, it will get unlocked. Speech recognition, audio, speech recognition. Abhi mobiles mein, suppose mobile has a Siri, so you will feed your voice to it. You can configure and you can make it to recognize your speech alone and act on it. ठीक है? So how it will do? How it will be able to recognize your speech alone, your audio alone. कोई और कुछ कमांड देगा तो नहीं ऑपरेट करेगा. Correct? So that is speech recognition. It will be able to recognize the speech, a transcript, text to speech convert, text to voice conversion. ये सारे जो models हैं ना, सारे, so those all fall under this. Or voice assistants, all those fall under. Now ChatGPT has voice assistant, right? You can even talk to it. Not only text, you can even talk to it. That's part of deep learning. And language translation, वो भी real time में. When you go to any country where you don't know their language, you don't have to worry at all. You can do this language translation in real time with these kind of models. It will be able to translate that language to your understandable language, so that you will be able to communicate effectively. Okay, so those kind of models. And same way, like in games, no, deep learning algorithm have beaten world champions, right? So these are the use cases, advancement that we are seeing. Okay, so now just we'll have, this is little complicated. Okay, you pay little attention on this. Okay, so I'll not go in depth of it, deep में नहीं समझाऊंगी, सिर्फ एक simple example लेके neural network समझाने की कोशिश करती हूँ. You try to understand it. Okay, how exactly this learning happens? Human के brain में तो neurons हैं which will take the input and store it in the brain, and ऐसे countless, गिन नहीं सकते इतने neurons हैं, और हर एक न्यूरॉन का एक नेटवर्क फॉर्म होता है. हर एक न्यूरॉन एक दूसरे से बात करता है, उसका नेटवर्क है. How we are able to replicate the same network artificially? That's what is neural networks, artificial neural networks, based on which the models are trained. Okay, how this happens? Say for example, a neural network has these layers, broadly classified as a input layer, okay, a hidden layers, and an output layer. Okay, so whatever data you are feeding to the model, training data, say for example picture of a cat, that goes to an input layer. This data is propagated forward. It goes to hidden layers. Here in the picture I have shown only 2 hidden layers, but there are number of hidden layers. Okay, so which will process the information in based on certain mathematical calculations. Those are very complex, which I will not get to that right now. Okay, but these are all calculations that will happen in hidden layers, processing. Okay, so what happens when the picture is fed to the input layer and that is propagated to a hidden layer? So first hidden layer, what it will do, it will try to find the edges and lines in that picture. ऊपर का सब information लेता है. How it is the picture. कैट का ऊपर का जो लाइंस एजेस जो बॉर्डर है वो ड्रॉ करता है. Then it will give a certain weights to all those parameters. That information is fed to a next hidden layer. These are all this is one neuron, this is another neuron, this is another neuron. All these are connected. This is a network of neurons. हर एक न्यूरॉन दूसरे न्यूरॉन से दूसरे लेयर के न्यूरॉन से कनेक्टेड रहता है. इट विल फॉर्म अ कॉम्प्लेक्स नेटवर्क. हर एक न्यूरॉन अपना इंफॉर्मेशन दूसरे न्यूरॉन को पास करता है थ्रू दीज कनेक्शंस. ओके, so this first layer will pass all the information it has gathered to the next hidden layer. Next hidden layer में it will try to figure out कहाँ पे counter gradients हैं. It will start to build on that information which has come from previous hidden layer. थोड़ा बहुत visibility आ रहा है कि ये ऐसा picture है यहाँ पे. ठीक है, डार्क कहाँ पे, पिक्सल पे काम करता है. So this hidden layer will be able to figure out a picture in by adding certain other parameters and weights to the image. Okay, so likewise this information, this image will go through multiple hidden layers. Okay, finally it will give output as the image of a cat. It will be able to identify that this is a cat. Sometimes it will go wrong while training. Sometimes it will it will give output as this is a picture of a dog, but that is wrong, right? So it will also, we will, when the model is trained, when the output is given derived is wrong, we will also validate it against the input. While feeding the picture, you would have told the model that this is a picture of a cat, correct? But output it is giving as a picture of a dog. Dog बोल के label करता है, like that's not a dog. So it will go back to the layers. That is called back propagation. And it will add, it will try to adjust the weights in those layers and try to adjust the calculations. Again, it will do the iterations. So these iterations, forward and backward propagations, will be done multiple times until the picture is recognized correctly as a cat image, cat picture. Once the output matches the input and it is correct, this information is stored within the model. Likewise, it will be fed with next pictures, like so many pictures. So like this, the model is trained on numerous amount of data of pictures of animals, pictures of humans. So much of data is fed already. And it is trained. So that's why it is able to recognize the photos and pictures. That's how your neural networks work. This is very high level. You need to do a little bit of your own self-learning, self-study to understand it and appreciate it in a more detailed way, okay, if you are interested. But for us, for our sessions, for upcoming sessions, this information is enough. You need to just, you should be समझ में आना चाहिए कि हाउ न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स, हाउ द मशीन इज लर्निंग द डेटा. ठीक है. So you saw the network has majorly three types of layers: input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. Hidden layer might be many hidden layers which will have their specific task to do. Like for example, this neuron in first layer will be only working on eyes of a cat. It will be only seeing eyes of a cat. It will only be studying eyes of the cat, and then this will be studying nose of a cat, and this will be studying ears of a cat. Like this entire picture is broken into smaller chunks, and it will be fed to the neurons for it to study. Correct? ये थोड़ा बहुत complicated है internally how it is working, but that's how it will be broken into chunks and then fed to each neuron, and each neuron will study it, give some its own bias weights, and then it will pass on to the next layer. It will do further study on it. How eyes is connected to nose. This neuron will study how eyes is connected to nose. How ear and eyes and nose are connected to each other in this picture. Like that. Like that, it will go on building from layer to layer until it is coming to output layer. Okay. This is just a high level understanding that we can get. Okay. Any doubt? You are able to understand, right? Okay. Okay, let's move on. This is related to pictures. Okay. How about text? ChatGPT, you're not giving pictures, you are also giving it text, right? You're also giving it prompts in your own language. Okay, so how the models are trained on text data. This is pictures with talks and pixels, and it will do. How about text data? Text data is a little complicated than picture or image data or video data. So that's where your advanced neural network technology called transformers will come into picture. Okay, transformers are advanced neural networks which deals with textual data. ChatGPT, what is GPT? GPT stands for what? GPT, there should be some long form for GPT, right? So if you don't know something, what you'll do, you'll quickly go to ChatGPT and ask, no? So GPT stands for generative, pre-trained, transformer. Okay, you are chatting with these three: generative, able to generate the information. Understand? Pre-trained means that model is trained on data, previously trained on data, lots and lots of data. Okay, previously trained. P stands for previously trained data. And transformer is advanced neural network technology which deals with textual data. Okay, now you understood what is GPT. Generative, pre-trained, transformer. Okay, so what exactly happens? This is something different. Layers are same. So some models, only few models, in 96, this is not a fixed number. There are many layers. Okay, it's not only 96. I've just given, there will be hundreds of layers, hidden layers. Okay, from which your textual data will pass until your output is received. How this happens? Okay, say for example, I'm feeding the text as the cat sat on a mat for the model to learn. Okay, this is learning phase. The model, I'm training the model. So how it will learn? How it will learn this sentence? It should be able to derive the meaning of this, right? Cat sat on a mat. Okay, so what it will do? It will break each word into tokens. It is a little complex, so I need your little attention towards it. So don't distract. Okay, don't get distracted. So each sentence that you feed to the ChatGPT model, it will be broken into each word will be broken into token. And each token will be given its embedding values. Okay. So embeddings, this is called embeddings, vectors. Embeddings is nothing but vectors. So each word will be given its own vector positions, like embeddings, called embeddings. So this data will be broken into input layer and it will be fed to the first hidden layer. So here the job of the first hidden layer is to figure out what are the nouns and verbs in that sentence. So it should make a sense of that statement, right? So it will figure out what are the nouns and verbs in the statement. So it will say it will label cat as a noun, mat as a noun, and sat as a verb. Action. Noun verb to pata hai na? So first hidden layer will label it like this. Then it will pass the information to the next hidden layer where the transformer will start acting. There is one feature of transformers which is called self-attention. What this will do is, for each word in the sentence statement, it will provide weights related to the other word in the statement in relation to other words. Say for example, cat. For cat, the statement sat is more important, right? Then the word, sorry, for a cat, the word sat is more important. Then the word on, the, and this, the. So what it will do, it will give a weight as 0.8, higher weight to that word. Likewise, since this is at a lower weightage, it will give lower weight to the other words in the statement. Likewise, for the word sat, on sat, action is performed on what? On mat. So these both words are equally important. So it will give the same weightage. Okay. This is little complex, but try to understand this, the process of self-attestation. Each word, each token will be given weight against the other word, other token in the statement to derive at the meaning of that particular statement. This is called self-attestation. Self-attention. Likewise, it will go on to subsequent hidden layers to derive at the meaning of that statement, and it will come to the output layer like, okay, it talks about a cat which is sitting on the mat. Based on that learned statement, it will try to generate other statements or text which is in line with this statement. Okay. So that's how it will be learning the textual data. Text based. So where can you see these tokens? Say if you go to, okay, tokenizer. If you go to this link, you'll see tokenizer, how tokens are given. Okay, for different models. I give the same statement. The cat sat on the mat. Okay, this is having how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the mat, dot is removed. Okay, so dot is removed. Dot is again a token. So these are 6 words. So it's 6 tokens. Okay, so these are the words, 6 words, 6 tokens. What are the token IDs? These are the token IDs given to each word. You're seeing? Okay. The same statement, each word is corresponding to one token, and this token will change from model to model. See, for the first model, ChatGPT 4o is giving token as 976 for the word the, and cat is 19288. So if you switch the model, the token will change. See, tokens changes. Token ID will change. Correct? So that because it depends on it differs from model to model and the way it is learning the sentences or statements. Correct? You are able to see, right? Token IDs and how tokens are. This is, so you can go here, tokenizer, and try to learn more if you want to learn more. What are the key concepts? All this, what is embedded, vector representation of piece of data. I told no what is token. So you can explore more on this. correct? For your further learning. Okay. So coming back to this, this is how it is learning the textual data. It is little complex. So this next coming week task is go deep into this and try to learn more and more possible to your best capacity. Like you should be very clear for you. Okay. Explore more on this. Okay. So that is all our deep learning, which is based on neural networks. Okay. So now what is generative AI? Generative, the word itself says that it generates new information. So when you feed the picture of a cat, it will, based on the past data, traditional AI used to identify things based on the past data. But generative AI will be able to generate new pictures. It will be able to generate new videos. It will be able to generate new music. So what are the use cases? Like text generations. There are models which will be able to generate new text. There are models which will be able to generate images, music, video. All these are examples of generative AI. We are into generative AI phase. You might have used this, right? Text you might have used definitely for asking questions to ChatGPT. Do your homework, right? So all these are generating. Now the era is, it is generating new data. So this slide talks about difference between your traditional AI and generative AI. Okay, traditional AI used to give, classify the information, do prediction of the existing data, and it was using identifications, and then it used to give output. But generative AI will generate new information, which has never happened. It can generate videos which are never created by a human. It will generate that. Okay, so these are the difference. Okay, and same goes with like new enhancement that is happening, which is artificial general intelligence, which is human like intelligence is being built on systems, computers. The algorithms will be so advanced that it will be able to think like a human, act like a human, and same exactly like a human. Human का brain जैसे काम करता है वैसे काम करेगा ये. Okay, it's theoretical at this point of time. It can come anytime. Okay, and this AI will not even need prompts. It will not even need instructions. It will do the job. Okay, the next advancement is super intelligence, which I told you. It will be super intelligent than humans. Okay, so it will be intelligent like 100 times more than humans. It will be able to do 100 times, 1000 times more than what we humans are right now doing. I told you, like it has a potential to cure to diseases which are right now uncurable. That's the advantage. It's still, study is going on. So to AI, we should be able to talk, right? We should be able to talk to it. That is what is your prompt engineering. Correct? So there are some techniques in that. So we will learn in the next session about those techniques. Okay. Okay, then next Sunday we will start with prompt engineering. So what is the work that you have to do for this week? So I have created the group community, student community group, where I'll be posting all the required information, documents for your enhancement, for your learning. Go through that, okay? And then any doubts you ask there, we'll be addressing one-to-one queries, any queries or any doubts you have, we will do the clarification. Okay, so this session will be only talking about the specific topic, or your doubts, one-to-one discussion can happen through that Discord. Okay, I'll share the documents.
Okay.
I'll share all the materials. You go through that and come prepared for the sessions. Okay. Okay then. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.